And then Matt Dubiel, who I've met, has been down here to Austin, Texas, had us on for about a year on WCKG. It's been all over the Chicago papers, got a lot of press being on there, a lot of listeners. 1530WCKG.com. He put out a viral video that was on Drudge and InfoWars a few years ago of his handicapped son, disabled son, in a wheelchair, and they were harassing him and everything. And they're being rude to his son. He never took credit for that, by the way. He put that out anonymously, but he talked about it a few months ago when he was in studio. Well, now he lives in Chicago, and it says FEMA Corps comes to his door. You type in FEMA Corps, I mean, they are training to literally be your spies. And then they have the Yugen and the police that come in and get you after they're there. And, of course, they're just priming the public. The first time they come to your door, it's not going to be, hey, we're here to get your guns. It's here to, hi, we're here for talk about flooding and looking in your house. And then he said it looked like a military guy that was with him. And that's how I've seen it at urban drills. They'll have the Boy Scouts with Marine, spec ops, force recon, that's Marine Special Forces, with them. And on walkie-talkies and stuff. And I mean, it's Creepville, ladies and gentlemen. Because I've learned to recognize these guys. I probably 6 or 7 times I've had them come up to me in a parking lot. Yeah, there's his son, Matt Dubiel's son. Dubiel's son. And if you're a TV viewer, radio listeners hear me narrating video. You can't see it. Go to prisonplanet.tv and you can watch it all right there. The point here, ladies and gentlemen, is that this is a slow-motion, total takedown of the society. They're shipping General Motors to China. They're turning the power plants off, 3 of them a week at least. China builds 3 new ones a week. They are poisoning the water. They are dumbing everybody down. This is a globalist occupation. If Hitler would have been smart, he'd have paid for foundations, waited 20 years, had them take over the major universities with money. They would have rolled in, and right now we'd all be dead. And it'd be, a couple thousand Nazis running around. Instead, the globalist who had come up with a plan, Hitler took it, changed it. They took Hitler's plan for the CIA, for the NASA. America is a Nazi plan, all of it. But it was born in England and America and went to Nazi Germany to be perfected. And then they shut him down. Oh, no, you don't get to do this. We're doing it, and brought it back. And that's the whole plan. And so, but they've learned, do it incrementally. Do it incrementally. Demonize your opponents. And again, it's not a Nazi conspiracy. It's their soft kill program. Because Hitler was looking at, once they conquered the world, they were going to poison the food slowly and kill people slowly. So that's the plan. I mean, we're under a Kaiser Wilhelm Institute attack program. Kindergarten. Everything is Nazi. Everything. Everything. The spy grid is Stasi, though, East German, that came after that. And they hired the former head of Stasi. So just briefly joining us, Matt, we're going to ask Chrissy and then take your calls. Come hell or high water here today, and I got to get into the UN treaty. So what happened with the loving FEMA Corps individual? We'll be rolling the video behind you while you talk.
Oh, Alex, they're so nice. I mean, they were very nice. They were very unassuming. The guy that came to the door, he looked... here, let me tell you first off why I was home. Ironically, the rest of the stuff you're talking about today, I was home writing letters to the school board because I found out this week that my 5th grader and the other 3 classes of 5th graders were brought into a room and talked to about pole dancing by their principal in an organized sort of disciplinary...
Oh, no. Yeah, this is pervs. They're going to teach that they can do anything they want. If you teach your kid about this, they take them from you, but they're going to do it. I'm sorry, go ahead. How old were the children being taught pole dancing?
Well, they weren't being taught. It was a topic of discussion from the principal as, like, don't do this at recess. Meanwhile, 90% children aren't doing it and don't know what it is.
Oh, that's the excuse, yeah.
A week later, the parents, we all find out what happened, and, I'm the guy that doesn't, sit idly by, and I start writing letters, and I want to get all the information.
You're the evil general manager of a Chicago radio station.
Oh, I'm a lunatic. I'm an extremist. I'm a psycho. I've got an American flag in the yard also, and so, look out. So I'm writing letters to the school board, so that's why I was home. And now we're calling parents because that's what we do. We talk to each other to find out what's going on. How do you feel?
Oh, yeah, no. They've sent, because that's what I've been told by others. You only get the FEMA Corps visit if you've been politically active and they've got databases. So this is just a snooper.
Well, and you know how it works. If there's one person like me that speaks up, 9 out of 10, everyone else, they don't want to rock the boat, and I don't blame them. I understand.
No, drink the fluoride. It's time to die.
They just want to keep quiet and do their day to day. They don't want to get they don't want to get the stink eye.
They want to roll over it and die. Yeah.
So we're calling around to find out what happened with this disciplining and the pole dancing. And as my wife is talking to a neighbor, another stay-at-home mother down the street, she says, "Oh, by the way, did FEMA come to your house?" And my wife says, blah, 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 blah. FEMA? What do you mean, FEMA? Well, she says, well, I'm not sure if it's FEMA, but there was a creepy guy that came knocking on my door that said he was from FEMA, and he wanted to know if we had flood damage. So, sure enough, I'm sitting there, and I'm kind of giving my wife a look, and she's giving me the look like, uh-oh. So, and literally, as we're looking at each other, the doorbell rings, and I'm glad that we had this sort of pre-warning because I grabbed my iPhone and just put record on, and I videotaped the whole thing, and the guy was at the door, and sure enough, he looks like the guy, Alice, that, like, I've never been to a Dead show, but if you went to, like, the Stone show or the See the Dead, like, he's the guy that you buy mushrooms from, I'm guessing. That's what he looks like.
We don't know he does that. We've got him on screen right now for radio listeners.
I mean, very nice guy, but he doesn't look like a government representative for sure.
By the way, can I have his number? I need some mushrooms. Anyways, I'm joking.
He definitely has a badge on and whatnot, but, I've never had somebody come door to door to offer me a tax refund or offer me money.
And you said he had a military-looking guy. I see him there in the video.
Well, and if you watch the end of the video, after, I just took his flyer and I said, okay.
Oh, yeah, he's wearing a like an FBI jacket style that says FEMA.
Yes. Not only that, Alex, but watch the end. Watch Captain Grateful Dead. He walks over to the military-looking guy on the sidewalk and stands next to him, and seemingly, I couldn't hear him, but it looked like he gave him, like the blow-by-blow. Like, all right, yeah, there was a dude home. Here's the lay of the land there. And then they marked something off on the clipboard, and then they walked down the street like Laverne and Shirley down the sidewalk and went to the rest of the house.
No. What they're doing is casing everything, and they're even compartmentalized and don't know. It's on record that FEMA Corps is training for, quote, warrant service and gun confiscation. This is just first contact, which is a standard military operation when you've infiltrated, is you just show yourself and, oh, give the children candies. I'm surprised he didn't go, I'm here from FEMA, here's your candy. But I tell you, this country's in a lot of trouble, man. And, of course, there's been no flooding, as you said.
Well, no, there's been no flooding of any significance. I mean, if you were to canvass areas that had significant damage, they wouldn't be in our neighborhood. Yeah, there's been storms coming through. Yes, it's been bad for, these us foo-foo suburbanites with our finished basements. But, I mean, it's like if you're in the
Why
Midwest,
is the federal government involved in floods? Again, they make you buy insurance now. It's all part of the takeover. And it's like, big deal. For years, the FEMA guys come by. They're nice. They offer me free goodies. Meanwhile, they're training to confiscate your guns, and I don't know if this nice fellow, who I'm sure is actually anti-mushroom. We have no idea what this guy's into. We're just being sarcastic. All right, well, listen, Matt, great having you with us, and thank you for carrying the show. And the show's been in a bunch of the cover of some of the major newspapers there and getting a lot of attention.
Well, I think the Piers Morgan thing helped. Good job with that.
Yeah, that was legendary. That everywhere. But then, of course, I saw it in the cover of the newspaper whenever Chicago's favorite son was on the show.
Well, are you talking about our friend with the goatee?
No, Billy Corrigan.
Oh, the other guy. Yeah, you know what? He's been a great guest, and I'll tell you, I really enjoyed seeing him on. And I watched the video. He's a sharp guy. And
well, I guess Mancow is the favorite son of Chicago, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought you were alluding to our mutual friend Mancow. But
Mancow.
Yeah, for sure. But listen, we'll have to get you out here. And, in fact, I'm going to come see you hopefully next month. And I think we got to kick it up a notch here and get some billboards up and really blow it out. And
Sounds exciting, Matt. God bless you. We'll talk to you soon, Thought Criminal.
Take care, man.
There he goes. Very extreme, ladies and gentlemen. Didn't like TSA yelling at his 3-year-old in a wheelchair. That's extreme. Ask yourselves, what are you doing in this time of great challenge? What are you doing to unlock minds?